Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Footy Thoughts with me, Josh, and Dan and Chris, where we'll be recapping some of the Premier League action from last weekend and then previewing this weekend's action.
Probably the best one that we've had.
No, it was a solid start. Fair play.
Right. Last weekend was, I don't know, it's interesting, I suppose. It's good to have the Prem back. I think most results were as expected, to be honest.
Yeah.
Apart from Leeds Arsenal, I expected more goals. But yeah.
I mean,
Leicester disappointed.
Yeah, I expected Leicester to be better than they were.
They didn't turn up.
No.
I was very surprised. I thought they would. I mean, considering Liverpool don't really have a back four, I thought they would have created more chances. But
They played 11 behind the ball. Even when they were 2-0 down, they were defensive. I don't really get it, but Rodgers got it wrong. But
yeah, I think I agree. Tactically, he was wrong. I think they should have played more attacking. So I think Liverpool were there for the taking, to be honest. If they got Vardy on the ball and got the balls in behind the defence, I think Vardy would have caused some problems. But
yeah, because Liverpool lost to Atalanta in midweek, so
yeah,
they're definitely not unbeatable right
I
now.
didn't watch it, but I saw the 2 goals. Defensively, it's all over the place for them. I didn't watch any of them games, to be honest. Don't know why. I've just not fancied watching football this week. I watched United, and that's it.
I watched Wickham this week.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, it was 0-0.
Yeah.
Not a good game.
Big point, though. Good point.
Yeah,
very good point.
They're picking up points. They got Wayne Rooney's derby this weekend.
Yeah, he's taking charge of his first ever game.
Big 6 point at that.
Yeah, because they're struggling big time, aren't they? Derby.
I feel old now. Rooney's manager. Like
Yeah.
I remember when he started for Everton. He was playing. He scored that brilliant goal against Arsenal. And now he's manager of Dart. I just, where's the time going? I'm scared.
Yeah.
He did a podcast with United this week. They released it this week, and I was listening to it. And it was so interesting to listen to him. Like that's how he was close to signing for Liverpool. Like before Everton, he had trials there. He nearly signed. When there was a big saga in like 2010, he wanted to leave and all that. He was going to go to Spain. He was going to go Madrid. Everyone thought he was going to go Chelsea, but he wanted to go Spain. And then he was saying about modern players and how they don't enjoy watching football anymore, or don't watch football. Like he said when he was at Everton, it was United v Liverpool early kickoff, and they had a Sunday game. They finished training. He went straight to the players' room to watch a game. Not one of them, not one other, watch a game with him. It's like, what?
That's mad.
He was saying, how shocked he was how they didn't watch, or how they didn't want to learn off other players, or took no interest in it. It's crazy.
That's mental. Considering you're a professional footballer, and I mean, almost like watching football is like your homework.
Yeah.
Because you're a footballer, and to watch games, you're like doing research into other teams. So that is almost going against your contract. I mean, not specifically, but you want to do your homework before you go into games.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is nuts.
Yeah.
So sad about Maradona as well.
Yeah. I was going. What a loss! Tragic.
Crazy. You could just tell, Twitter and Instagram, all over socials, how much of an impact he had on all generations as well, not just the people who watch him, because we weren't lucky enough to watch. No, I don't think none of us were lucky enough to watch it and
No.
watch him, and like you could, like he's had a big impact. We knew how big he was, and even from not watching him, so over socials you could tell how much everybody loved him, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, apart from Shilton, who still calls him a cheat, but
Oh, we'll
He-
forget about that.
yeah,
Oh, but yeah, great loss, and only 60 years old as well. It's no age really. But rest in peace, Maradona, great footballer.
yeah. This week, it's not a thriller.
Crystal Palace Newcastle in it tonight.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I mean, this game is a bit. I can't call this.
It's missing Zaha still, so
Yeah, that's a big blow for them. They don't tend to play very well when Zaha doesn't play.
And their captain,
Milivojevic.
That's it. He's serving a 3-match ban, isn't he? So he's out. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Wilson's supposed to be back, but that's what they said last week, and he lost me points on fantasy. So I don't know for Newcastle. If he's back, they'll be better, but if he's not, then they'll be a dull game.
Well, that's true. I mean, Newcastle winless in their 5 most recent Premier League visits to Selhurst Park.
Really?
Yeah. So Crystal Palace is not having a good record, really. But the past 7 meetings have only produced 7 goals. So it's going to be
That's not really surprising, is it?
Yeah, but I think both teams will obviously want to win.
Yeah.
But I think Newcastle probably need the points. Like they need to win really more if they don't want to slide down the table.
I think both these teams will be fine by the end of the year, but because they both got enough in them and they both got good managers. Maybe they're not as respected as some, but I think both Hodgson and Bruce are good managers. And yeah, I can't see it being anything else than a draw tonight, just on paper. I know it's a hard one to call.
I think the only thing is, I think Wilson's back tonight. I think he's back from his hamstring injury for Newcastle, so that's a big bonus for them. So I think he's back to that. But yeah, I think they're both similar teams in terms of like Palace have got Zaha, Newcastle have got. God, I'm so sorry. What is his name?
Max.
That's it. I think I can't speak in the mornings. But yeah, they're both very promising players in going forwards. They've got great attacking intent. I mean, Zaha misses tonight, but I think they've got good squads to stay up.
Yeah,
I can't see them going down with the players that they have.
I think they should be fine. I'm gonna go. I'll say they'll both score 1-1.
Solid shout. I'm gonna go for a Newcastle win, 2-1 Newcastle.
Nice. Can see it because Saha's not playing, but
yeah.
Well, Crystal Palace have never won on a Friday in the Premier League.
It's set in stone.
Which means they probably will now. I think obviously Zaha's a big miss. But Newcastle, I don't know. I know a lot of their fans are not happy with Steve Bruce and the way that they play. They feel they should show a bit more attacking intent.
Yeah.
Like when they played Chelsea. I know Chelsea are a good team, but Newcastle just didn't even bother to even try and get forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had him.
So
Yeah, it's easy to
yeah,
play
it was,
against him last
it was
week.
like a training match for Chelsea, really.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I think I'm gonna go 2-1 Palace.
Oh, we got no
we
three.
got the 3 ways
There we go.
again.
We're covered. We're covered.
We're coming, lads.
Experts at work.
Yes, you can never be wrong.
Next up, Brighton v Liverpool. I don't know. Brighton are missing their best player, Lamptey.
Yeah,
Absolutely nothing against Palace. I think it was. No, it wasn't Palace. I don't know who got sent off against last game, but it wasn't a sending off. Oh, it was Villa. Grealish completely dived. I remember it now. But he'll be a huge miss for them. He's good going forward and at the back. He's really impressed. Not this season, end of last season. Obviously, Liverpool missing a lot of players still, but I think they'll have enough to beat Brighton. Don't know. Brighton can be a handy team, so it all depends what Brighton turns up. But I can't see it.
No, I can't really see anything but a Liverpool win, sadly. But, you know, yeah. I think, like you said, they're missing their best player, Lamptey. And I don't think Adam Lallana's fit either. I think he's going for a late fitness test, so he might not be fit.
Shock, isn't it? He's always.
I know. He's literally injury prone all the time. No wonder Liverpool got rid of him. But yeah, I can't see. I mean, like you said, it depends what Brighton turns up, because they gave United a game, and they've given some of the big teams, you know, I think they only lost to Tottenham 2-1, wasn't it, or something like that.
Yeah.
And they've provided good accounts of themselves.
I like Trossard. Trossard's a good player.
Yeah, and more pace.
Maybe can wind people up. Just look at Guendouzi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He reminds me like a Costa. He just literally does everything he can to wind people up. But I think he thrives off that.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's not as good as Costa, so he doesn't get away with it.
Yeah, that's true. Costa was very sly, what he did. But yeah.
Loved Costa. Such a good
player. Yeah, he's brilliant. I love him back at Chelsea one day, but I think he'll finish his career off in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go 3-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm struggling to see how Brighton are going to stop them, because they got a lot of injuries, but they've still got Mane, they've still got Firmino, Yotta's in good form, Wijnaldum's still there. They've still got players. They say they're going through a huge injury crisis, but they've still got world-class players there. So I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool. Not happy, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool, they've actually struggled away from home this season. They've lost their last, or they're winless in their last 3 away games.
Good stat.
I like that
so,
stat.
You know, I think Brighton will have their chances, but they've got to take them. That's been a bit of a problem for them this season. They've created chances, but they just haven't taken them.
Give it, Danny. Well, come on, boy.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. I've got a Danny Welbeck stat for you.
Oh, go on.
Go on, love it.
Danny Welbeck is aiming to score in consecutive league appearances for the first time since January 2016.
Go on, Danny, boy.
Go on, Danny, son. You can do it.
Danny
Score
Welbeck.
hat-trick.
Let's go. Birthday goal. Let's have it.
Yeah, I think Liverpool win this as well. I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool.
So
Yeah.
all Liverpool wins.
Seems if Welbeck bags the winner, like.
Oh my goodness! I that'd be the best day. Well, not the best day of my life. One of the best.
I'm missing the second. Well, most of the first half as well. I'm at 30 for 30 again. So if Liverpool win, I'm not even going to watch it. Happy days. Right, the next game's a write-off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not watching this game.
City,
Obviously, an away win.
City v Burnley. Right. Jay Rodriguez special. Let's go.
To be fair, Burnley did win their last game.
Yes, it did. Yeah, 1-0, wasn't it?
1-0.
Yeah.
Boring.
Oh, yes, yeah. I mean,
Actually, no, that game was actually okay, wasn't it? It surprised me. Who did they play? Monday.
Palace.
Yeah, that game was actually okay. But yeah, I can't see them doing anything against.
No.
No.
I can't.
No. It's going to be 5-0 City, isn't it? It's going to be one.
Yeah, it's one of those games where City just steamroll someone.
They need the goals as well, City. So
yeah, they do.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
easy.
I can't see it. I mean, the only advantage Burnley have is that City played in the week, but in actual fact, I mean, so did Burnley as well on Monday. So yeah, I think City will probably win about 5-0. I'm going for.
Yeah.
5 as well.
I'll go 4-0.
Yeah, let's leave that one.
Yeah.
Moving on.
The next game could be interesting.
Yeah. That's probably the game of the day on Saturday.
Yeah.
Potentially, if both teams turn up. Everton Leeds. Obviously Everton back to winning ways. Leeds are in iffy form at the moment. So they kind of need a win to get going again. But going forward, Everton probably too strong for Leeds in the form that they're in. And you said it straight away last week, Josh. Richarlison coming back, going to be a boost. I mean, what did he do? Assist in the first minute. So,
yeah,
I know it was Fulham, but Richarlison's such a big player for them.
Yeah,
he's probably not world class, but he's the next level up with James. Those two are probably their class players, and obviously the form Calvert-Lewin he's just banging them.
Yeah, he's been a monster this season. The only thing I would say about Everton is their defence. It's quite, very leaky. And
Luca Digne's injured as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is a big blow for them.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to be out for a while. So
pray for Digne.
These hashtags. Oh, but yeah, I think it could be a high-scoring game. This, both defenses aren't great. Anything can happen with Pickford in goal. I think I think Everton will be too strong because, like you said the other week, Josh, Richarlison's being back is he's such an influential player for Everton. And he's always had that. He's just a presence, isn't he? And I think Leeds, despite showing promising signs against Arsenal with the defence, I mean, realistically,
they were so unlucky not to win that flipping game.
Yeah, they should have won.
I know.
That was a joke.
I don't know how they didn't, to be honest.
No, I don't know.
They could have. If they beat Arsenal, that would be a huge confidence boost for them. But yeah, I think Everton will be too strong with this one.
Yeah, I think. Well, I predict goals every Leeds game. This is no different.
I think everyone does. I mean, you don't know what Leeds are going to turn up.
I'm gonna go 3-2 Everton. So I'm
Nice.
not gonna go as goalsy as I've gone before, but I'm still going for goal. 3-2 Everton.
Nice. I'm gonna go 4-3 Everton.
Oh,
4-3.
So Everton are unbeaten in 12 Premier League home games against Leeds.
well, that's looking good for our predictions, Chris. That.
So it's looking good for Leeds. Everton, sorry. I think, yeah, there's definitely going to be goals in this game. Everton's forwards are going to cause Leeds a lot of problems. But as you said, Everton's defence is really, really leaky as well, especially without Dino. So, Bamford's been in pretty good form for Leeds, so he might get a goal as well. So, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say 3-1 Everton.
Solid shout.
All for Everton.
Yeah.
The Scousers have it their way.
Again.
Yeah. The next one is it looks dull on paper, but it's absolutely huge for both teams. It's a massive game.
It's a massive game, and both teams need to win it realistically, because there's already a bit of a gap between what is it, 17th and 17th and 16th. So the bottom four are in a bit of trouble already.
Yeah.
And this is a big game. Both teams haven't won yet, so it's a massive chance for them to get their first wins of the season, and it's a really hard one to call because neither team are good.
No. No. To any West Brom fans or Sheffield fans, we're sorry, but it's true.
It's just where the goal is going to come from for both teams. Like even Sheffield United, they bought Brewster, but he's done it. He's not getting any service. I'll give him credit for that. But when he has, he's not done anything. So it's West Brom. I don't know where the goals are going to come from. They're all Championship players, really, realistically. Maybe I'm being harsh, but
yeah, it's a difficult one. I think both teams have really struggled so far. I mean, the stats don't lie. They haven't won a game all season, the surprise to me is Sheffield. I mean, compared to last season, last season the defense was rock solid. They were a solid team. They beat the big sides of fun, like beat Chelsea, Tottenham, and they had a real solid foundation. But for some reason, I don't know why, they're just leaking in silly goals.
it's a Henderson factor, I think.
And I think no doubt Chris Wilder is in training sessions. He's been hammering it home that they need to be solid defensively. They need to sort their back four. But again, as well, it's just going, and they're not scoring goals, are they? They're not. They don't seem as, like you say, Brewster hasn't really hit the ground running. McBurney's been. I don't think he's been that fit, as he's suffered a few injuries. They just seem to be crumbling this season, and I'm not too sure why. I thought from last season their confidence would have been high. I think, we can compete in this league.
Second season syndrome as well. Like it's been said a lot over the years, but this really does look like a proper example of it. I actually think whoever loses, if there is a loser, it could be this first sacking of the season. So,
yeah,
because like it'll put them, whoever loses, in real danger, like straight away. I know it's early still, but not winning. This is the 10th game this weekend, I think, and for most teams. So it's not one win in 10, one draw in 10. Whoever loses, if someone loses, it's not looking good. And Sheffield United's draw was against Fulham as well. Like, at least West Bromwich was a good battle against Chelsea.
Yeah.
It's a hard one with Wilder as well, because he's took them up the leagues, and there'll be that factor of he's part of the furniture, but that's like Eddie Howe, and it reminds me of that kind of vibe. Prediction wise, it's a really hard one. I'm gonna go for 1-0 West Brom.
I'm gonna go a 1-1 draw. I think it'd be a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
I think both sides. I don't think they have enough to win the game. So I think it'll be a draw.
Josh?
I think, with Sheffield United last year, they had quite an innovative system with overlapping wing backs. But now I think they've kind of been figured out a little bit.
Yeah.
And they need to adjust, which is a struggle for them. West Brom, I think they've had some games where they've played decently. Like, they've got 3 points, so they've drawn 3 games.
Yeah.
And they're at home, and I think they have put in some decent performances at home. So I think they're going to win this game. I don't think Chris Wilder will be sacked if Sheffield United lose, because he's such a big part of that club, and he's done amazing things there. I mean,
yeah,
I think they were in League One when he took over, so just to get him into the Premier League was impressive. So I'm going to go 2-1 West Brom.
Good shout.
I agree with Josh. I don't think Sheffield would sack Chris Wilder. I think if they do, it'll be such a sad day for football, because he's done an amazing job, and I just can't. It'll be absolute tragedy to let him go. I mean, who else are they going to get in as well to keep them up? I mean,
Big Sam.
But the thing is, with Big Sam, it's such a short-term appointment, isn't it? I think they get him in, keep them up, and then it's he probably will resign at the end of the season. I think Chris Wilder, in terms of development, he's that manager to keep them going. I mean, even if they get relegated, I think they should still keep hold of him. I know it's bad financially, but they've got to look at the development of the club. I don't think, and especially at this time during a pandemic, to sack a manager, especially someone like Chris Wilder, with everything that's going on, I think it would just be a real shame.
Right, up next, Saints v United.
Hampton United. That's a 2:00 kickoff on Sunday.
Yeah.
Could be an interesting one. I think United have started to pick up. Well, they've had 2 good victories, but they didn't look very convincing. I mean, against West Brom, they got the job done, but like a 1-0 win, it was. I mean, West Brom had a few chances, and Southampton are doing well this season. They've into the top half of the table. despite losing Danny Ings, I think they've done pretty well. So it could be an interesting one.
Jay Adams has really stepped up.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely could be an interesting one. Saints. We used to struggle there. I don't know what the stats are, but I know whenever it is Saints away, I never feel good about it. It's a tricky one because we need to win again. Every game seems to be a must-win for us nowadays, so it'll be a tricky one. I think we drew there last season. That was towards the start of the season. I think we drew 1-1. But the hard one to call. It all depends if we can be asked or not. Like, you never know which United turns up. For me, after seeing the way he played in midweek, Van der Beek has to start. I don't think he will because he played the full 90. But he has to start. Cavani has to start in the central. After watching him on Wednesday, the way he worked, again, I don't think he will because he played the full 90 on Tuesday. But it'll be interesting to see the team he picks because all those who came into the team on Tuesday played well. So I know it was against that Turkish side who aren't the greatest, but it was more the effort than anything else that impressed me. That starting lineup, everyone seemed to be keen and up for it. I think Axel might start this game because he's suspended for the PSG game on Wednesday. And I think Lindelof's a doubt anyway, so I don't know why we would risk Lindelof. I'd rest Lindelof for Wednesday and play Axel tomorrow or Sunday. But we'll see what happens. If Wan-Bissaka's fit as well, he'll play, but he's a doubt as well. So you have a few doubts. I wouldn't play Pogba if he's fit. I think it's the end of the race for him in a way, because he's been training but he's not been playing. So I've been finding that very, very weird. As in, I don't know why he wouldn't be playing if he's been training. He's not injured, is he? So, yeah, it'll be a tough game. I think we'll draw it. I'll take a draw at this stage because Saints are in good form.
Definitely. I mean, if United win, they go a point behind Southampton. So it just shows how one win can change like perspectives on things.
I've been saying this for ages, lads. I've been saying it for ages.
It's true. I mean, yeah, I think it's a must win for United. I think United will be looking to win, of course, but like you say, Southampton are in good form. So it's tough to call. It's very tough to call.
What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, this is one of those tricky little away games. But United's away form's been pretty good recently. But then Saints' home form's been good as well. Yeah, I agree that Van der Beek should start. I don't really know why he hasn't been starting anyway, because I think he adds something to your midfield.
I think Tuesday was his best game so far. Like before, and I don't think he's not stepped up because that's a bit harsh because it's so early in his United career, but he's not adjusted as well as he did on Tuesday. So after Tuesday, I agree. But yeah, sorry, Carrie.
Yeah, I think Saints tend to play a high line defensively, which could be good for United because they got a lot of pace. They could get in behind Saints. We saw Spurs do that a lot at St Mary's. it's a tough one because you don't know what United's going to turn up.
Yeah. The story of the season.
I can see Greenwood starting for the first time in a while because he looked sharp when he came on. Like, he looked better than he did before. And that's it.
Yeah, he's probably got a point to prove. I think United have got some players that, are really trying to prove themselves and stake a claim to start in the squad more regularly, which is good because competition in the squad should make everybody kind of step up their game a bit.
Yeah,
definitely.
Maybe that's why Pogba isn't playing, because he's not kind of putting in the effort.
Yeah,
that everyone else is. He seems to be getting kind of the Ozil treatment.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I'll be surprised. I mean, at the moment, I think he'll probably leave in January. I think I can't really. I mean, if not January, at least next summer. Because I think Solskjaer's had enough.
Yeah,
I think he's had enough of his kind of like diva-ish attitude and not performing on the pitch. I mean, because they paid a lot of money for him, and 4 years on after signing, we're still debating what's his best position. I mean, if he's a great player that everyone says that. I mean, I'm not saying he's a great player, but
he's a great talent, but he's not.
He's a great. Yeah, I think he's a good player. So he's a good player, but not like you say. He's not world class.
He doesn't understand the game. That's the thing with him.
But this is. I mean, the thing I don't get. I mean, it's an interesting debate because he's won a World Cup with France, and we saw him at the World Cup. He was brilliant. I mean, he literally dictated that midfield, and you've probably seen in games at Juventus where he's literally can control games, but I don't know whether it's the pace of the Premier League he's not used to, or because he just seems he's the most frustrating player to watch. Because you look at him, he's like a Yaya Toure, like how tall he is, how powerful he is, but he just doesn't use it. I don't know whether it's because of the position he's playing, or he just doesn't have it in his
I
locker.
don't know what position he wants to play in because we played him everywhere and he's unhappy everywhere. So I don't know really. It's just a difficult one with him.
It's strange.
I'm gonna go 2-2.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Southampton.
I'm gonna say 2-1 United.
We're covered, guys. We're covered.
I love it. It's good shouts. Good shouts, guys.
Next one's probably the game of the week. Well, it is the game of the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the best form in the league at the moment. Spurs looking class. Son and Kane just looking really, really good. Well, their whole team's looking quite good, to be fair.
Yeah.
Their
100%.
fullbacks class, I think. Regulon.
Yeah, that's made a massive difference to them having actual fullbacks.
Yeah.
Whereas last year they had like Aurier and like Ben Davies, and they're just not good enough. But now they got Doherty and Reguilon. That's a massive, massive upgrade for them.
Yeah, definitely.
And Dombele stepped up as well.
Yeah.
He struggled last season, and I thought he was a goner, but he's stepped up. And as a team, they're looking quite good. I'll give it them. But they're Spurs, so
I am actually quite frightened of Spurs. This is the first time I think they could actually win the league.
They've got the best manager they've ever had. They've got the best attack they've probably ever had, especially with Bale as well. He's barely even played in the league. So they've got him and Son and Kane. Lamela's a good player squad wise, I think. Lucas Moura,
Lo Celso.
Lo Celso is a really good addition.
Yeah.
Looking quite strong. And
They got that Vinicius guy as well.
Yeah, he looks pretty. I mean, they've needed that kind of replacement striker to Kane. If Kane wasn't fit, I think for the first time they actually have that now.
He's good for the
Yeah, they've got depth now.
Yeah, definitely. And even like Lamela, even Dele Alli stepped up in the week.
Yeah, he played well. I didn't watch it, but apparently he played well last night.
Even Harry Winks scored a 50-yard screamer.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
It was a fluke, but
it was a terrible, terrible cross. But yeah, they're looking good, and then Chelsea are looking good as well. To be fair,
yeah, they are.
Yeah, to be honest, I think like last week surprised me, like of how comfortable we played against Newcastle. I thought we would be quite sloppy and not very like have a lethargic performance, but we looked sharp as anything.
Yeah.
And our defense has definitely improved. Even against Newcastle when we didn't have Thiago Silva, we still looked solid. We still look pretty solid, and and
it's huge for you, I think.
Oh yeah, Mendy's been class. I think
he played well midweek against Rennes.
Yeah,
the thing. I mean, we played all right. We just didn't take our chances. Like Werner missed a sitter from. I don't know how he missed. It literally. I don't know if you saw it. It was literally like 2 yards from goal. All he had to do was tap it in, but he managed to skive it over the bar. But I take that out. Forgetting about that, I think Werner's been brilliant. I think he sets, his pace is lightning, and he can set up players, and he's almost too unselfish. He always wants to find that pass to set up his teammates rather than actually take a shot himself. But I've been impressed with him.
You've bought well. Like a lot of teams nowadays just panic and buy whoever, but I think you bought who you actually needed to buy and strengthen the places where you needed to strengthen.
Yeah.
The players who you have signed have stepped up. And even Chilwell, I doubted him. I didn't think he was amazing, especially at the back. But he's going forward, he's even chipped in with a few goals, which he didn't really at Leicester. So, yeah, it's been interesting to watch. And this will be either a really good game or a really poor game because both managers have a tendency to be very defensive in these big games. Chelsea against us were flipping boring. Spurs against us flipping ignore that, but like.
What was the score of that game?
Moving on. Like with Jose in charge, especially away, he's gonna sit back and it was against City like a couple weekends.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Hey!
A couple weekends ago, and they just were defensive and worked hard, and they got the win, but it was through their defensive work. So I don't know what way it's going to swing. That Chelsea, both teams are attacking, but both teams can be defensive. So it's either going to be a really, really, really good game or a shit.
Yeah, I agree. Like you say, I think both managers are, they're very keen to start from the back. They're very keen to be defensive when needed, and I think it has a tendency of just being very cagey. I think it's going to be quite a cagey game for the first 20 minutes, or something like that. I think it will be quite. I mean,
I think
both teams would be desperate not to lose.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I think it'll be a case of neither team wants to drop the points. So
Yeah.
they could even go before the game and say, let's just draw. Happy days. You're my mate. I'm your mate. Let's just draw. But yeah, it's a hard one to call. I'm going to go 1-0 Spurs just because it's Jose. Because I just feel like Jose's the better manager. Well, he is the better manager, but he is a better manager.
There's not that many managers that are better than him.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think, I don't know. I just think Spurs will nick it. The way they're playing at the moment as well. And they're more of a unit as well at the moment because they've been together longer. I know the fullbacks haven't, but the core of their team have been together longer. So I think they'll nick it.
You break my heart, Dan.
You said we'd lose, so payback.
Revenge. Josh, what do you think? I need to think about mine.
Well, I think Chelsea are at home, so I expect them to be a little bit more attacking. And Spurs will be what they always are under Mourinho, quite defensive, look to hit on the counter.
Yeah.
Spurs have played a couple of away games where they've been a bit dodgy, but they've got a result like against West Brom and Burnley. I don't think they'll get away with that kind of performance against Chelsea. I think Chelsea will nick it. I'm going to go 1-0 Chelsea.
Love you, Josh.
This is one of the few weekends where I'm actually rooting for you to win. So.
I thought you were rooting every week. I think deep down you're blue.
My dad is.
Okay. Yeah, I think this game, like you say, it could go either way. It could be a really attacking encounter, or it could just be both teams being defensive. I think it'll be the latter. So I think we've been on form recently. We've been playing well, but I think against the big teams we go into our shell a little bit, and I think we do sometimes struggle because we still have quite a young team. Whereas I think Tottenham have a bit more experience, and they've been in more. Well, I was going to say won more trophies. I think they've won more runners-up medals, but I'm going to go 1-1 draw.
Experts. All covered.
Nice.
Right, last game on the Sunday. Arsenal v Wolverhampton Wanderers. I don't know. Wolves have been weird this season. I don't think they've been as good as last season before, but they're still up there, so they must be as good. It's a weird one. They're getting the results, but maybe not playing as well. Arsenal, obviously they're improving, but they're not improving, and then they're not improving, and then not improving. It's a weird one. When you think they're improving, it go back 2 steps, and it's a very odd one.
Yeah, I think this Arsenal squad is still very much a work in progress. Obviously, they've got an inexperienced manager as well, so he is going to make mistakes. I think it's just something that Arsenal fans have got to be patient.
Yeah. Because
they just haven't got the players at the moment that they need. And they've got a lot of key players out at the moment as well. Partey's injured. Saka's injured now.
Yeah.
Pepe's obviously out because of his stupid headbutt
That's ridiculous.
against Leeds. I don't know what he was thinking with that.
Rush of blood, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the Leeds player didn't make the most of it, but
Yeah, but you can't. You
no,
just
you
can't
can't.
do
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
He did do it.
To be fair to Pepe, he did play yesterday and played really well. So maybe this is a bit of a kick up the backside for him. That he needs to get his head right. He certainly looked like he was more focused yesterday. So
Yeah.
maybe in a way this could end up being a good thing. But obviously he can't play on Sunday. I think Willian might be injured as well. So I think David Luiz is injured as well. So yeah, Arsenal missing a lot of players. And the players that they've got are not in form at all either.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to find this really tricky. Wolves have got a lot of talent attacking wise. They're definitely going to cause Arsenal problems.
Yeah, I think they will.
I hate these stupid kickoff times.
Yeah.
Like, this is the same kickoff time that Villa played Arsenal at and absolutely thrashed them. So I think Wolves are going to win this game because I think Arsenal's team is quite banged up and they were struggling for form anyway with some of those players. So
Yeah.
I think Wolves are going to win 2-1.
Be cool. I think you'll draw. I'm going to go for 1-1. Just purely because I don't know. I haven't been impressed by Wolves, but maybe they will. They're a good side still, so I think it'll be a draw.
Yeah, I think, like you say, Dan, I think Wolves have just been a bit. I don't know whether they're having a good season or not because, I mean, they've had a few bad results. I mean, they lost against Southampton last time, and they didn't.
They drew against Southampton last time.
Did they? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Ignore me. So and they lost to Leicester, and they didn't really look like scoring against Leicester, which is surprising because of their attacking talent. And I think, despite Arsenal having a few bad results, they looked. I think against Leeds, they looked pretty solid defensively. They did well to get a point, and I think they've got a bit of backbone about them this season, which they didn't have last season. I think they've got more of a team spirit now. And I think Arteta has installed that. So I think they're going to bounce back. I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal. You're welcome. We've covered all our tracks.
Arsenal haven't scored a goal from open play in the Premier League for like 7 hours or something stupid now. So
is it too late to change it?
They need Aubameyang to start scoring
Yeah.
again. Because he hasn't done that a lot this season. But
we'll see.
If they can get him going, I'd give some of the younger players a chance, like Reece Nelson or something, or Willock or something.
You've got some good young talent, and
they play. Yeah. Hopefully, he'll come back soon. Like the young players, like in Europe. I know it wasn't the greatest opposition, but the young players, when they play really well and really hard. So I actually enjoy watching our Europa League games more because the players actually try harder. And they play better football. So I'd give some of them a chance. But it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, for sure.
Happy days.
Right, Monday. I think this won't be straightforward. Leicester, Fulham. I think Leicester just going to be too good for them.
You would think so, yeah.
I just feel confident in this one.
Fulham win then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Leicester, like you, I think they're a bit. I mean, they're doing quite well when Europa League as well. Although, I mean, I know they drew 3-3, which was a mad game.
They qualified.
They qualified,
Yeah, I
yeah.
did.
And
Yeah.
I think against Liverpool was a bit of a blip for them. I don't think that performance, that loss against Liverpool. I mean, I don't think they should be judged against the top teams, really, because I think that I know they have a strong squad, but there's still a work in progress. And I mean, I don't think, no disrespect to Leicester, I don't think they'll be challenging for the title. I mean, Champions League spot, yeah, but I don't think they have enough. I don't think they have enough depth like the other teams have.
No.
I mean, like, for example, if Vardy gets injured, like, it's going to be very hard to replace him. And same with, in Maddison. But yeah, I think they're a solid team. And yeah, I think a home win for this weekend. Monday. Yeah, I'm going for Leicester win.
Yeah, I think the same. I think it's going to be 4-0 Leicester.
I'm going to say 2-0 Leicester.
I can't see anything other than Leicester winning, really, unless they just really don't turn up again and Fulham nick a goal. But I mean, Fulham can't even score penalties.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Oh,
I mean,
that was a funny one.
I love to know the penalty coaches.
Yeah. I hope they've just made them do it every training session now. Like after training, just do different penalties.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I'll stand by my point. Tom Kearney needs to be on the penalties. I don't know.
I think he does.
Take it down. He's not. What is he? Fifth women taker. For me, he's a set piece taker, and he should be taken. But don't care about them.
I
do because
I do have a soft spot for Fulham.
I do.
My sister's boyfriend's a Fulham supporter, so I do look out for them. But they're just not. They weren't ready for promotion. I think. I think Brentford were more ready.
I don't think Scott Parker's a good enough manager for this level. I think Fulham. I think they underachieved in the Championship last year. Like the squad that they had, they should have been trying to get automatic promotion.
Yeah.
And they barely got in through the playoffs.
Yeah.
I
think they got. I think it was too soon.
Yeah.
Everything about the final as well. Like
it was a fluke goal as well.
Yeah, it just didn't sit well with me that Fulham got promoted and not Brentford. So I don't know. I thought Brentford deserved it. It shows that they're not ready because they've got similar players to what they had the year they went down for them, and they weren't good enough then. So why would they be good enough now?
Well, yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of Fulham fans would have taken not getting promoted last season and just have another season in the Championship just to rebuild. Because I think it's too soon. They're becoming like a yo-yo club.
Yeah.
Like Queen's Park Rangers did. They get, go through the playoffs, and sometimes when you win in the playoff, I mean, it's a final, isn't it? So any team can win. But I think, and I think Brentford will be in a stronger position than Fulham because they've got the stadium and they've got the the squad. They're developing quite well.
Right, West Ham Villa, both doing all right this season. To be fair,
yeah.
I don't know. This could go either way again. West Ham have been on and off, but they've looked decent. They've fought well, and I think Moyes has his start 11 secure now. So I'm not sure where is Antonio still injured. Don't know where he is. He's hit and miss as well. Him. He wasn't so injured for only be a great player. I think every time he plays, he's a handful. Villa, obviously, we've said it every week. They've impressed every single week. Can't remember what they did last week. To be fair, what did they do last
week? They lost against Brighton.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that was a shock. To be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, their away form's been really good, but
Yeah,
their home form's not been as good for some reason.
they'll look to bounce.
Yeah, I think they will. I don't think they've conceded away from home yet, have they?
No, they've got that record.
So I think they will bounce back. I think
I'm just
West
gonna go.
Ham.
I'm just gonna go to 1-0 Villa.
I'm
I
gonna
think
go
it'll be a tight game.
2-1 Villa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I think West Ham will. I think they'll put up a fight, but I think Villa be too strong. I'll go 2-1 Villa.
Yeah.
Another away win performance.
Solid.
Yeah, solid shout.
It'll be a good week. Well, I say that, but only a few good games. But
You never know. Sometimes the
yeah,
games that don't look great on paper can be quite entertaining. So.
hopefully some goals come back as well. They've not dried up, but they've not been as good as the weird few weeks that we had at the start of the season. So hopefully a few of those come back, and yeah, there's a few big games in there, and a few like forgettable games, but we'll see how it goes. And
I think
Sunday will be a day of stress for us three.
Yeah, it could go either way. I think those 3 games, but
Yeah,
hopefully we'll be happy.
Sunday is a good game because you
I
can't.
don't know when the last time that happened, when all our teams won. I don't know. That probably ages ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's weird because every week it's someone else being depressed. I think it's
It's usually me.
Yeah,
I think lately it's been me, like Chelsea and United both won.
I think it's swinging back to me, so it's not looking good for United.
I'm not really confident on Sunday, although I never really am with Chelsea. I never just, it's always a topsy-turvy thing with us. Like some days we're really good defensively, other days we're rubbish. But yeah, should be an interesting weekend. Hopefully we can
It's
all.
a London derby, so it could go either way, really.
If it's anything like the Battle of the Bridge, then happy days. That game is so good.
That is mental.
Oh, it's gonna be, I think it'll be a good game regardless.
I want Lampard scrapping with Jose on the touchline.
Oh, I'd love that. Lampard just giving him an uppercut. I don't care if he gets sent off for it. That'd be amazing.